Investigator's Journal, 7th November 1947, late afternoon. Had a chief on the blower raising hell over some animal cruelty nonsense in the sleazy end of Westfall. Took me 5 minutes to figure out which part he meant. It's all as bad as the rest these days. Some hotshot from Stormwind's taking the lead on this one. Says his name's Lane. Sounds Jewish. Chief says it's all routine. He just wants someone to keep their peepers on the suit, but something don't smell right. Most likely the rotting horse. Also, I appear to have sprouted fur. Mr. Big City was too afraid to get his fancy shoes dirty, or more likely stolen, so he sent me to shake down the local wildlife. I'd have sucked him right in the kisser, but I welcomed the chance to get away from the smell of that horse. Took W.E. with me for backup, though we ain't much company. Always been the silent type. As usual, all I got from there was an empty pocket and a whole lot of nothing else. But among the nonsense, I picked up 2 words. Gnolls and Murlocs. Those ain't no Reese's. When you put them together, the only taste you'll be left with is your own blood in your mouth. They're like animals, rolling over scraps, stealing from honest townfolk. 2 rival gangs on the edge of oblivion, though they never seem to fall. One of them makes their nest up on the hilltop, the other's shacked up by the docks. Both as bad as each other. The suit didn't want anything to do with it, and I didn't need him getting in my way. So I headed off to bash some heads and get some answers. First on Shanna's list was the Knoll Street crew. We spent years looking for an inn, but they're a tight bunch. Boss by the name of Hugger keeps them in line. They say he's never been bested in a fight, but I reckon I could take him down a notch or 3 given half the chance. Chief tells me to stay away. I reckon he just doesn't want the paperwork. The Murloc Kings down by the docks are a slippery bunch. A group of them jumped us, thought they caught us with our pants down. Fat chance. Left a couple bleeding on the waterfront, and another running off screaming and gurgling for his broken teeth. Expected W.E. to at least break a sweat, but the guy just stood there, cold as ice. Strange fellow, but handy in a fight. The king seemed all too eager to give up the goods. I thanked them for their cooperation and headed back to talk to the suit, but not before lifting a pair of stolen boots from the leader. White. Not my color. Mr. Big can talk to talk, but I doubt he's done a day's honest police work in his life. Shrugged off my clues like they were beneath him, self-righteous bastard. Probably a commie. Should have taken him in right there, but I can do without the chief breathing down my neck over it. W.E. always helps me keep my cool. Been a partner since level 10. Left Mr. Dane with his lips flapping in the fall wind and went to see a contact at the old Fullbroad's place. Goes by name of Two-Shoot Lou, because he has 2 shoes. It's a rarity in these parts. Reckon she laid eyes on some strange goings-on at the Jangle Lode mine. Always hated tunnels. Reminds me of the inevitability of death. Can't say why. Likely a lack of needless metaphors in my system. Could use a cup of joe. Before we headed out, I had a bit of a powwow with candles. The man seen things no one should ever have to. Eyes distant, staring into an empty void. Vengeance is an ugly mistress, and Candle's affair with her is a sordid tale. Promised I'd give those kobolds a good beating given the chance. I'll matter my word. Also, appear to have breasts, possibly feminine. Should go check it out. What happened next suddenly surprised me, but nothing shocks me anymore after 20 years on the job. This burly oaf appears out of nowhere. Don't know how someone that big can move so quietly. Hid under a crate. W.E. just froze in the shadows. Just when I thought I'd seen everything, a scent drifts my way. Smells like sweet sorrow, drowned in the bottom of a lake of crystal water. Also a distinct nuttiness and possible hint of strawberries. I take a peek from under my wooden disguise that takes my breath away. Silhouetted in the faint light are curves a man would die for, and gams that stretch from here to eternity. Her face was cloaked in the murky darkness, but there was no mistaking that form. My sweet femme fatale was like staring at a beautiful hangman's noose, and I knew she'd kick the chair away more than once. Her perfume brings back memories of the past, some I hoped I'd forgotten. The others I should have, but didn't. Wonder if she's into furries. I shook my head and focused on the task at hand. If she was back, that could mean only one thing, and it wasn't going to be good. I had to tell the suit, but I reckon he's in on it and can't be trusted. Looks like it's just me and W.E. against the world. Could use a donut. End of entry.